Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever you are working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can treat this as a podcast and just listen while I chat. Today, I am going to be working on my Mooney Made kit called Sweet Summertime. This is going to be the first time I'm working on this, so let me rearrange things a bit, zoom into where I'm going to be working, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay guys, so oops, let me start my timer. I forgot to start my timer. This may be another rambler of a WIP and Chat from me. I have so many things going on this week and so many things that I had planned, things that came up that I didn't have planned, and trying to make everything work has just been kind of crazy. So, starting with my life update, what is going on with my life update? Well, they finally finished the street work on my street, so yay, I'm not having to listen to huge machinery every day or listen to the neighbor's dog bark all day every day because he's listening to huge machinery, so I'm going to call that a win. I was hoping my son and I would be able to take walks down that direction, but there are street lights, but they're apparently not functional yet. And we have enough traffic that I just don't want to walk down there without, because we walk when it's still dark outside without lights on. Yeah, I suppose we could take a flashlight or something. And really, I'm not worried that anything's going to happen. We've just been walking our regular route. So, but at least they're done making noise. So that's good. Let's see. What have I done? I spent some time last weekend and this past week cleaning out some stuff. I went through my cedar chest and got rid of a bunch of like tchotchke type stuff that some of it was saved from my parents and grandparents. Just, when someone passes away, you tend to hang on to everything because that's all there is. And then as things get further and further, at least for me, it's like, do I really need to hang on to this? Probably not. Plus, I'm also looking at, is it worth shipping this all the way with me to Canada? Nope, probably not. I even went through and got rid of some of my kids' stuff. I had a box of baby clothes that I had kept from when my kids were little. And I have pictures of all of them in all of the clothing, so I don't really need to keep it. Some of it, I don't even know why I kept it anyway. But baby blankets and that kind of stuff I kept. But I got rid of most everything else. My husband made one trip to the thrift store, the local thrift shop, to drop some bunch of stuff off. I still have things to do. I found I was going through my closet and in the office, and I found a bunch of the kids' artwork from when they were younger. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the artwork from when they were older. I'm going to take pictures of everything, and then they get to decide whether the art stays or goes. And if it goes the way it did last time, they'll both just look at me and go, Mom, I don't want that. And it'll get thrown in the trash. But I'll have pictures of it at least. So I need to do that. And then because I had started going through the cedar chest and the closet in here, I kind of went through drawers and a few other things and pulled out a bunch of stuff that I don't need or want. So I have another load of stuff waiting to go to the thrift store when my husband gets a chance. I thought we were going to have to do it this weekend. He actually ended up doing it on Friday because he ended up not having to work on Friday, which he was very happy about. He has started his new job, which is in a different town than where he was before. So it's a little bit more of a drive, so he has to get up a little bit earlier, which he doesn't mind, but they are working 5/10s again, rather than working the 4/10s that he was working. He's not happy that he doesn't get his 4-day work week anymore. However, that will help us. We've gotten a bit behind because of his last trip to Canada and not getting a paycheck that week. Plus, I forgot to budget for our car insurance, so that was an unexpected bill. Yeah, just trying to get caught up on stuff. We're still a bit behind. I've still got some credit card bills that I need to get paid from when he took his last trip up there for the rental car, and because he ended up staying in a hotel that one night because of the issue with the flight getting canceled, and just have a few bills we need to get caught up on. It is starting to cool down here. We actually had a frost warning earlier this week. I'm like almost to the point where I'm like, I might need to turn on the heater, which I don't want to do already. But then we were looking at the weather and it's supposed to be in the 80s this coming week. So who knows? I guess we're going to do that whole thing where it's hot one day and cold the next. It has been nice that it's colder to go for our walks, though. My son enjoys it more when it's a little bit cooler. So we've been able to go for our walks on a pretty regular basis this week, except for we almost didn't go the day that it rained. It was actually supposed to rain in the morning. It ended up raining overnight. So everything was wet while we were out walking. And it was nice and cool. So I was actually happy that it rained because it had been so humid here that it was just miserable walking. The rain, it was cool and damp, but not sweaty, not humid, you know. So all we had to do was avoid all the mud puddles from where it had rained and try not to get splashed by cars as they drove by. Not everyone pays attention that early in the morning to people who are out walking, because we're not the only ones. There's a couple of people that we see pretty regularly that are out either walking like we are or jogging. I'm not up for jogging. Even if my knee was 100%, I'm not up for jogging. I told my son, he used to run track, and I said, you know, I don't understand why people run. And he said, what do you mean? I'm like, no one ever looks happy doing it. Like no one, even people who are just out for a jog, ever looks like they're enjoying themselves. It always looks like they're miserable. I don't want to put myself through that. And I know people say, you know, you get a runner's high and it's when you're done and all of that. Yeah, I have enough other things going on. I don't need to worry about it. I'll let other people jog. Oh, you guys, I finally hit my reading goal. I set myself a reading goal every year, especially with my Kindle Unlimited. I do a lot of reading. I read at night before I go to bed. Sometimes I read during the day. If I need a break from my diamond painting or whatever else I'm doing, I'll take a quick 30-minute or an hour break and read my books. But I met my goal, so I'm super happy with that, which means anything I read from here on out is kind of gravy. And I have some other projects that I want to get to. I have it in the back of my mind that I'm not going to read as much from now until the end of the year. It's just I hate to not be in the habit of reading, but I do have other things that I could use that time for. I'll probably still read before bed. I just won't read during the day like I do sometimes because I have projects that I want to get done. Yeah, we're just all still kind of getting used to the new routine with hubby going back to work and working all week. We'll see how things go. Crossing my fingers. My son had his math test. He was kind of stressing about it, I think because this is the first time that he's had to kind of go on campus and take a test. So it feels a little bit more real than just taking a test online. Plus, he's not super secure in this test. He's very good at math and he hasn't got his grade yet. So he's kind of sweating it, but I think I'm getting to the point where I'm just old enough that it's like, so if you don't pass, you just take it again. I'm not even going to worry about it. But cross your fingers for us just in case. Hoping to find out sooner rather than later. I have no idea. You know, teachers are all different when it comes to grading. Usually math teachers are pretty good about getting stuff back quickly. Although I had to laugh. He comes up the stairs the other day and he says to me, Mom, do you use emojis? And I said, well, yes and no. I said I use them like in social media and stuff, and occasionally when texting. My daughter likes to send me a lot of GIFs and images and stuff. And it's a GIF. That's a hill I will die on. GIF is a peanut butter. Anyway, my daughter likes to send me that kind of stuff. So I will look at those sometimes. But other than that, no. I said, no, not really. And he goes, do you ever send him an email? And I said, no. And he said, when you taught, would you ever put an emoji in an email? And I said, no. He's like, well, one of his teachers emailed him his grade. And he's like, the email says, here's your grade, smiley face. And he's like, it's why? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't answer that one for you. I'm not really sure why the teacher felt the need to use an emoji, but it was a good grade, so don't worry about it, right? My husband and I have had so many things going on. Like I said, I thought he was going to work on Friday, and then he ended up not working on Friday. Saturday, we had my son had his exam, and it's just been kind of crazy. The weather's been kind of crazy, and that's been making my migraines kind of crazy. My migraines are usually weather related. So when the barometer does crazy things, my head does crazy things. And I'm also very sensitive to smells. My husband and I, because he ended up being off on Friday, we went and got our groceries on Friday, which we usually do on Saturday. But we thought, hey, you're home. My son has his exam. So instead of us trying to coordinate everything, we'll just go do groceries on Friday. We were probably halfway to the grocery store, and I'm like, okay, I already had a headache because it was going to be raining soon. And my headache just got way worse because I was like, is there an air freshener in this car somewhere? Because suddenly, like, my migraine just, driving around. I mean, it's cold enough. We have our heated seats on, and we're driving around with the window down because whatever is in the car, and my husband can't smell it. He's like, I don't know what, and I'm like, it smells like an air freshener, and my head is driving me nuts. So get the groceries, come home, and he finds an air freshener underneath my seat. And because we had the heater on and I had my heated seat on, the fan that blows all that hot air was directly under my seat, so it was blowing directly hot air across the air freshener, so no wonder I could smell it. And he's like, so I took it out. I'm like, thank you very much, because we almost had to get rid of that car because it was going to smell like that. I couldn't be in it because anything that is very strongly scented like that, just immediate headache for me. I would love, love, love to be able to have like scented candles and things. It always looks so cozy, but I can't do it. I've tried burning them before and it just doesn't work. Although weirdly, incense doesn't bother me. I occasionally will burn some incense. I have some incense that smells like fresh rain. Love it. Anyway, wow, got way off tangent there. These drills are so nice though. I wasn't sure what they would be like, but I'm pretty happy with these square drills so far. They're fitting in together nicely. Haven't had a lot of trash. Okay, so I think that's everything for my life update. Didn't have a ton of things going on this week. Just life, Another boring week, which I guess boring is good. That means nothing bad happened. So my diamond painting update is next. What's been going on in my diamond painting life? Well, probably not a ton. Although, I guess I do have some things to share, and I just realized I don't have it in here, so I'll throw it up on the screen. I'll put it up on the screen. Throw it up on the screen sounds terrible. I will put it up on the screen. I took some footage of my colorful seahorses that I finished. That was my last Diamond Dots kit in my stash. I love, love, love how they turned out. It was a lot of fun. One, working on a round after all the squares that I've been working on. Two, they were so nice and colorful, and Diamond Dots drills are always very nice. There are very rarely a lot of trash in them. Part of that is because they're rounds. Squares are naturally more trashy, but they were so nice and bright and colorful, and I just really enjoyed doing that one. It turned out as well as I was hoping it would. Super happy with that one. And it was a partial, so it didn't take me very long. So now I have another kit done. So I finished that. And then what else did I have going on? Oh, I also had my 2 pins show up. So this is from, I think, BFF DP Pins is the name of it. I'll find a link and I'll stick it down below. But it's got like little pieces of, it almost looks like fiberglass or something, but like little glittery strands inside of it. But it's like a smoky swirl, and I like the profile of it. So I got this pen. Then I got this one from Bistro Blanks. It had a name. I think it was Colorful Swirl or something like that. but really like it. Of course, I had to put on my steel, all-in-one steel cat-eared tips, and then I've got a straightener on the other one. This one has a 6-placer on it. I'm in the process of, I'm going to go through and get rid of some of my pens, like some of these ones that I've got that are just kind of the generic ones that you can get at the budget companies. Some of them I'll keep, some of them I won't. I haven't quite decided yet. Going to switch out all of my tips and everything, so maybe I'll end up with some extra tips, and then I have an excuse to go buy more pens, right? Because I went on a bit of a shopping spree this last week. I got these 2 pens, which I actually ordered these, I think, at the end of September, but they didn't get here until just a couple days ago. And then I went ahead and ordered 3 diamond painting kits. So I did finally pull the trigger on the Harajuku from Bella Art Diamonds. I'm so excited to get that one. I can't wait to work on that kit. Like I said, I've loved that kit, loved that image since I first saw it. And then I ordered 2 from Distracted by Diamonds because I swear I get so distracted so easily, you guys. So I was working on paperwork, admin stuff, goals, that kind of thing. And I was like, oh, I know Distracted by Diamonds had opened a brick and mortar store. And so I thought, well, I wonder if they have their own website or if they're still selling through Etsy. I went and was looking, and they're still selling through Etsy. I couldn't find just a regular website. And for those of you who don't know, Distracted by Diamonds is also the people who make Patty Wax. So same company, same people, I guess. I don't know if it's technically the same company, but same people. I had seen Lindsay do it on Life with Lindsay, do it on Instagram. And it's this super cute little Halloween girl with she's wearing a witch's hat, and there's fall leaves behind her and pumpkins and everything. Very much a Halloween kit. I don't know if I will get to that one this year, but it was super, super cute. And it was the only one left. So I'm telling my husband about it, and I don't understand. Of course, I don't shop on Etsy all the time, but I do occasionally shop there. And, it always amazes me when I go in and I look at stuff that's available, and that particular kit, it's oh, this is in 48 people's carts. Well, there's only one. And I'm so 48 people have it sitting in their cart waiting for what? Waiting for payday, waiting to decide if they really want it, waiting to see if something else comes up that they want. So I told my husband I probably made 48 people unhappy because I bought it. And it's already here. It came in 2 days. And they were having they get me every time, they were having a 30% off sale. And so I was like, well, while I'm here, do they have anything else that I want? Now, I've only done one other Distracted by Diamonds kit, and that was my, was it called Water? I can't remember. The artist name was something de Jesus. Maybe it was Light. I can't remember now. Anyway, it was a girl in the water with a bunch of waves. The artist does a lot of very graphic, geometric type stuff. Okay, guys, sorry. I have absolutely no idea where I was at. My daughter unexpectedly came over, so I had to stop filming and sort out whatever she needed. And yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, I think I was telling you guys about all the things that I bought. So I bought my 2 pens. I got the Harajuku one from Bella Art, and then I bought 2 Distracted by Diamonds ones. So they were on sale, like I said. So I got the cute little Halloween girl, and then I bought another one. So they got here very quickly, super happy about that. And geez, my Distracted by Diamonds got here sooner than some of my Amazon orders. That's pretty sad. So 3 more to add to my stash. However, I think I'm done shopping for now. 3 kits and 2 pins. Think that got me caught up. I've got a good chunk of my budget left. I'm hoping again to spend a lot of that on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, hoping that there are going to be some nice kits available and some decent sales. I'm sure that Diamond Art Club will have some things going on. I'm sure that Dreamer Designs will have some things going on. I'm hoping that Orloa does as well. And then we'll see who else is having any sales that maybe there's something that I want to get. Ooh, I did also find out while I was out looking at Distracted by Diamonds, when I very first started diamond painting, I basically started keeping bookmarks of all of the websites that where I found diamond paintings that I might want to go back at some point and buy. I go through my bookmark list periodically because sometimes there's stuff I need to delete, you know, stuff goes out of business, that kind of thing. I was looking at Diamond Dots. When I very first went to Diamond Dots, like you couldn't actually buy kits from their website, or if you could, I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was just looking through the other day because I've recently seen them posting on like Instagram and Facebook and some new kits and things. And so I went out and was looking at them, and you actually can buy it from their website now, which I didn't realize I could do. So now I'm like, maybe I want to buy some stuff from Diamond Dots because they have a lot of really nice kits. I actually found one that was like a military soldier, and I almost was like, oh, I could get that one and I could do it for DP for vets, or I could just get it and use it as a prize. However, it was out of stock, so not available. But I did at least figure out that I can now buy from there, so if I wanted to do that, I can. So I think I'm done for now until Black Friday, Cyber Monday rolls around. Okay, so I told you I finished my Diamond Dot Seahorses. So now I am down to 3 WIPs currently. I'm working on this one. I'm working on my Diamond Painting Shop Colorful Soul, and I'm working on my old Mary's Diamonds before they were bought by Bella Art. And then I just, if you missed it yesterday, check out yesterday's video. I just opened a Craftably because it is a round, and I'm super excited to be doing a round, and I can't wait. Yeah, and then hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be kitting up the things that I'm going to be doing for DP for Vets, and so that I can get all that done. Speaking of DP for Vets, one of the things that I wanted to do was announce one of the sponsors. And one of the sponsors of DP for Vets is Art Dot. So a huge thank you to Art Dot. I recently unboxed their A1 folder, storage folder for diamond paintings. I actually really love it. I'm still using it. So I unboxed that one, but they also sent me the A2 size, which is smaller than the A1, obviously. So if it's somewhere in the 40 by 60 range sizes, but I have a storage folder of that will be one of the prizes for DP for Vets. So a huge thank you to Art Dot for sponsoring. I will be announcing other sponsors as things go and what they are donating. And then when I do kind of the official announcement, I will hopefully have the prize package all together so you guys can kind of see what everything is and all of that. And I'll be opening the entry form and everything soon so that people can get that done, because November is coming up very, very quickly. So yeah, I need to get on my calendar and start getting things together and making sure that I'm on track to get everything done. I just did my goals update. So as far as the goals go and everything, I think I'm good there. But I just need to sit down and look at my calendar and figure out, okay, what am I going to be working on and when, to make sure that I have time to finish everything up. I think I'm doing okay for this month for my artist series, because I'm going to be able to count my Colorful Soul and this one as part of my artist series, because these are both artists that I have not done any work by them before. So that will be my 2 for the month there. Of course, all of my diamond painting hours will count. If I get these finished, those will count towards finishes. I'm going to try and not spend any more money this month so that I have it all for next month for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Really, I think I just need to sit down and kind of go over DP for Vets in my head and make sure that I've kind of got everything together. It's not super complicated. I just need to make sure that I've got everything done and together so that it's organized, because I like to have it all set up ahead of time, because if I wait until the month of the event to kind of get everything, then I feel like I'm just constantly behind and running around, and not my favorite place to be. So I just want to make sure everything is organized and I'm ready to go before the event starts. So I have 2 different kits that I'm going to be working on for sure. So I want to get both of those kitted up sometime this month. And then once I get all of the sponsors' items, I will, like I said, put the final prize package together. However, that brings up another thing. So I told you guys that I was going through my office, which is my office / craft room. So I was also going through a bunch of my crafting stuff. And you guys, I just have so much stuff that I don't need or that I'm not going to use. And the thought of having to schlep all of it to Canada is not something I want to do. And, you know, my husband and I have been talking, well, probably for the last year about we need to start going through the house and everything. But I finally just decided I'm going to start going through what I can go through. Like earlier this week when he took a trip to the thrift store, like I went through our front hall closet and just was like, okay, we're going to pull out the coats that, you know, like I still had one of my daughter's old coats. She's been living in her own apartment for over a year. She didn't want the coat. I don't need to hang on to it. My husband had a couple of old coats, some, you know, old coats that don't fit people anymore or that people don't wear. So we got rid of those. So, you know, trying to do little things like that. Like now I've gone through my cedar chest. I've sort of gone through the closet in my office. I'm slowly working my way through the closet in our bathroom. Jeez. I've gone through the closet in our bedroom. I want to go through the bathroom. That's why that was on my mind, because I want to paint our bathroom. You know, that was one thing we wanted to do, was kind of paint room by room as we went. At some point we are, you know, talking about we may do some replacement flooring, replace the carpet, replace the laminate flooring. I don't know if we'll get to all that before we sell or not, but at the very least, you know, painting is an easy, simple, fairly simple thing to do, and you get, I think, a lot of bang for your buck just doing something simple like that to make it look better. Anyway, I'm off track again. So going through our closet, I've started doing that. That's where the box of kids' clothing that I was talking about, that's where that came from, was our closet. I've got a pile of stuff for my daughter to look through. That's kind of her stuff. Kind of the same thing that I did with their baby teeth. You know, here I am, mom, saving all this stuff. Oh, and then they look at it and go, why on earth would you save that? So didn't want their art, didn't want their baby teeth, don't want their baby clothes. I actually had set aside, I came across my daughter's folder of stuff from her high school years. Grade cards, attendance records, you know, I had receipts for her cap and gown and her announcements and all that kind of stuff in there. I found receipts for the clarinet we bought her, just all kinds of stuff. And, you know, she's looking through it. Yeah, Mom, I don't want any of this. Okay, well, then we can throw it away, but I was saving it for you. If you don't want it, then I'm fine getting rid of it. But so slowly but surely, I'm hoping that we're making some progress, and I'm really trying to be mindful of anything that we buy, you know, that's going to have to be shipped. Now, I realize, having said that, I'm buying diamond paintings, but my husband and I are still discussing that. He's fine with me doing whatever I want. I keep wondering if I actually want to transport all of these. I keep telling my husband, you know, maybe it would be easier if I don't buy anything, work my way, get my stash down to almost nothing, and then we don't have very much to transport up there. He doesn't care either way. It makes no never mind to him. You know, I don't think we're going to take enough stuff. It's not like space is going to be at a premium. So we're not worried about that. We're already expecting that we're going to, you know, be buying quite a bit of stuff when we get up there anyway. But yeah, I just haven't personally decided whether or not it's worth it. And every time I think, yeah, I should just work through everything, and then I don't have a big stash to take up there, the people who live in Canada are like, no, keep your stash because it'll be too expensive to replace it once you get up here. And I mean, my daughter is still going to be living here. I think in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'll just have her buy stuff and have her ship it to me. Or, I mean, Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs and Oraloa, like I've said, are my kind of big three, and they all ship to Canada without it being horrendously expensive. I don't know. Today, I'm leaning towards I'm going to actually kind of build up my stash so that I can take it with us, because that way, if money is tight or something happens when we move, you know, or things don't go the way that we think, then I don't have to worry about trying to outlay a bunch of money to kind of replace what I've got and what I'm doing. Tomorrow, My thinking may be totally different. Next week, I may have flip-flopped back to where I am today. Who knows? I think I'm just going to have to wait and see, you know, once we actually move, what that is going to look like for me. So as far as the stash goes, I don't think at this point I'm going to be getting rid of a ton of stuff. However, I do have some things that I have picked out that I'm, in all reality, probably never going to get to. Even if I left them in my stash, it would be a good long time before I got to them. And to be quite honest, there's a couple of them that I bought and now I'm like, just not feeling it, you know? So I do have some kits that I'm going to be doing something with. I don't know if I'm going to put them in like a D-stash group. I don't know if I'm going to put them in my own Facebook group and just see who wants them. Some of them I probably would be willing to let go, just, you know, if somebody paid the shipping, so that I'm not out any money on the shipping. I don't need to make money on the kits necessarily. And the kits are kind of secondary for me because there's a kit. Most of them are unopened. I can always find somebody who will gladly take those off my hands. But I also have, as I was going through my office, I have a ton of diamond painting accessories that I do not need, don't use, or just, you know, have duplicates of. I mean, for instance, I have currently 9 or 10 60 bottle cases. I don't need that many. I don't use the bottle cases as often as I use my Elizabeth Ward trays. I already have 6 Elizabeth Ward trays. I don't need 9 or 10 bottle cases, so several of those I've picked aside. I have pens and trays and just miscellaneous accessories, you know, that I don't need anymore. But I don't know what to do with it. Like, I considered putting it in, like, you know, you can get those boxes from the Postal Service that are just like it's a flat rate, and it doesn't, you can, I think it's set at up to 70 pounds, and it's, you know, a flat rate to ship it anywhere in the US. And so I thought, well, if I just loaded up a couple of boxes like that, but then I can't decide, how do I figure out where they're going? Do I just do like a random giveaway? Would people be interested in that? Because then you wouldn't really know what's in them. I mean, I guess I could tell people, but I would have probably several boxes because I have lots of bottle cases and storage, you know, containers. Like, I think there's a Harbor Freight. There's one of those Cottage Mill, Cottage Dot boxes that I bought to try that I just never use. I've got some smaller storage that I just never use because my Elizabeth Ward, I do have a couple of bottle cases that I'm keeping, and my little 1-inch cubies are pretty much all I ever use. So I don't really need all of that extra stuff that I had. You know, like I said, trays that I don't really use, pens that I don't really use. I'm probably going to have, well, I don't know if I'll have any tips, but yeah, just lots of miscellaneous stuff. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them, guys. You guys come up with a brilliant idea and let me know in the comments below what approach. Like, should I just put them in like a D-stash thing? Should I just list them sort of like D-stashing but in my own Facebook group? Is that something you guys would be interested in? For some of it, it would be US only. So sorry, international folks, but I just don't think, I mean, I guess if you were willing to pay the shipping, then okay, but I don't know if it would be financially worth it. You know, the shipping's probably going to be more than the stuff that you would get is worth. Although I don't know that for sure. I haven't gone through everything. Right now, I've just made a pile in my living room of, I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need this, I don't need that. So what should I do with it? I have an embarrassment of riches, and I hate to just throw it away. I mean, I literally could just take it to, you know, a thrift shop or something and let them kind of figure it out. But some of it is, you know, is still in very good shape, and I would hate for someone to just toss it out because they don't really know what it is or don't see the use in it, if somebody could get some use out of it. So you brilliant people out there, what should I do with it? Because I'm sure there's probably a brilliant plan. I just can't think of it. So yeah, I have a bunch of stuff that I don't really know what to do with. I mean, I considered doing another like 12 Days of Christmas giveaway this December. But honestly, shipping is so expensive. And while I don't mind giving the kits away, I don't want to have to eat the cost of the shipping either. I think I've got, let me count. I have 8 kits currently that I am willing to let go of. And I have, like I said, a whole ton of just diamond painting accessories. I know there's pens, I know there's trays, I know there's like the bottle cases, like I said, a Harbor Freight, a couple of other, random types of storage. I don't know what the best approach is. Because like I said, I would love to see it go to people who are going to use them and get enjoyment out of them, but I don't want to go broke paying for shipping either. And like I said, I'm not looking to make money off of any of these. That's not my goal here. I just don't want to eat all the shipping costs. There's got to be a way. Is that everything that I needed to tell you? Basically to complain that I have too much stuff and I can't figure out how to give it away. I mean, maybe I should just take it to the local thrift shop and let them, I mean, it's storage. I'm sure somebody would have a use for it, even if it wasn't diamond painting. But if you guys could get, a use out of it, everybody who's supported me here at the channel and things like that, would love for you guys to have a crack at it if that's what people want. So yeah, leave me a comment below with your genius ideas, because I'm sure someone will have one. I'm really having to stop and think about what I want to do, because somebody, one of you other geniuses out there, I was talking about my goals for 2024 and setting them and what I wanted to do, and did I want to carry over the artist series. And somebody, and I don't remember who, I apologize, but somebody suggested that I, instead of doing an artist series, that I do something where like I put all the kits that I want to do in a decision wheel and let the decision wheel make a decision for me on which one I wanted to do next, which is fine. Don't have a problem doing that. But when I sat down, I was making goals and looking at my artist series for this year and thinking, well, how do I want to do this differently? And I'm like, okay, well, if I did it again next year, what kits would I put on it? Because that's sort of what I did this year with the artist series, as I sat down and said, okay, what kits have been in my stash forever that I would love to get to? And that's kind of where my artist series list came from. However, I have not gotten to as many of them as I would like. Now, I'm still making progress on that goal, but that's because I'm taking kits like this one that I didn't own when I made that list, and now they're going to be on that list because I'm doing them right now, and I'm, changing that goal so that I can include this kit. And so that means that another kit that was on the list isn't going to get done. Long story short, I sat down and said, okay, if I had to, just off the top of my head, what kits would I absolutely want to do first if I just strictly think about which ones I want to do? The sad part is that a lot of them are kits that I've just recently bought. Like, definitely for next year, on my want to do list would be the Harajuku girl, if I don't get to her this year. The Halloween girl, because I probably won't get to her this year. My Lady Luck that I bought, my Benedict Blue. I wanted to get to that one. I don't know if I'm going to manage that by the end of the year. So I had about 6 of them that I was like, yes, absolutely want to do these. And then I was like, okay, now I'm stumped. I have so many other kits, I can't even think of what is on the list that I would absolutely want to do. So I had to go pull out my spreadsheet and look at what kits are still in my stash. So I filled out a list that way. But then it was like, okay, well, if all of these are the ones that are on my absolutely want to do, must have, gonna keep list, what does that say about all of my other kits? And again, not that I don't want to do the other kits, just that they're not on my absolute want to do list. I think I'm going to need to do some thinking about that as well and decide if maybe there's some more that I want to let go of, or if I'm just going to hang on to them all so that maybe I could decide at a later date once we've moved to Canada and I figured out, if it is going to be a big issue to kind of replace things, and I'll be happy I kept them, or if it's not going to be the big deal that I think it is, and I'm fine letting them go because I'd rather spend my energy on other things that I've purchased more recently. I don't know what the answer to that is yet, but that's kind of where my thought process is. So, but I do definitely have kits in my stash that I'm like, yes, absolutely, I want to do this one. So I'm going to try and be more mindful next year about not just setting the goal, but outlining for myself the steps that I need to accomplish that goal. Like if I say, you know, my budget is again $2,400. That means I have $200 a month that I can spend on things so that I can keep track of that. If I say I'm going to do, you know, 12 kits for another artist series or whatever, that's one a month. What kits am I going to do in what month? That may change, but at least I have an outline so that I kind of know what I'm doing and when. And I'll probably also look at some events as well to see, you know, can I make this kit fit with that event or whatever, just so that, you know, I'm kind of participating at the same time. Not that I'm ever participating for the prizes or whatever, but you know what I mean. It's just nice to be working on, like, everybody working on a Halloween kit, or everybody's working on something for Drills and Chills, or everybody's working on something for Christmas, that sort of thing, even if I'm not actually participating for an event. And there's so many events that I know that I miss. So if I go through and I'm looking at all of that before the year starts, then I've kind of got everything set up and ready to go. Yeah, I just want to be a little bit more organized. And I think what I might do as well this year is go ahead and print off some of my logbook pages already kind of filled in to start 2024, so that I know, okay, these are the kits that I want to do for whatever month it is. And then I've got all those kits already ready to go in my logbook. And then of course, you know, I'm sure there are going to be things that I buy that I add and all of that. But you guys, I'm so discombobulated. My daughter came over and kind of lost my place. I have no idea. This was definitely a rambler of a whip-in chat. So I apologize for that. I'm really enjoying this Mooney Made kit so far, though. I like that it's multi-placing. I like that I'm getting to do quite a bit of multi-placing. That makes me happy, because that means it'll go faster. All right, I think I've covered everything that I meant to in this whip-in chat. If I didn't, then, you know, I'll get to it next time, because just never know what's going to come out of my mouth some days. I'll probably continue to work on this as I'm editing and uploading, but you guys don't see that part of it, so if I try and get some of this done. All right, let me zoom out here so you guys can see. I made quite a bit of progress. I've got most of a leaf done there. That's pretty good. Smaller sections, I guess they're not small, they're pretty standard size sections, but I've got all of this blue, lots of multi-placing. I still need to go look here because I think this is part of the inner tube and I wanted to add some ABs in for that, so I need to go look at that before I get much further. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. I hope you accomplish something on your whip while you listen to me ramble. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.